This is part 3 of the Attendees Registration Training module. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I'd recommend you watch those first. In part 3, we'll be speaking about registration options, confirmations, attendee profiles, and other features that will help you build your registration experience. Let's start with the registration options screen. Here you can enable, disable, or configure a variety of options. First, you can set a capacity limit. This capacity will limit the number of attendees that can register and obtain a pass for each day of the event. For example, if you have a 2-day pass and a capacity limit of 100, when someone registers for that pass, the open capacity for each of those 2 days is now 99. The registration sold out message, located further down on this screen, will appear for users when your event reaches capacity. Finally, leave the capacity field blank to indicate that your event has unlimited capacity for each day. Next, you can select the number of attendees that a single person can register on behalf of during a single registration. You can select up to 10 passes, which would allow the registrant to register themselves and up to 9 other people. The passes purchased or reserved will be processed by a single invoice. Please be aware that the attendee who registers on behalf of the other people cannot have the registration canceled, as the registration transaction belongs to them. When the registrations are completed, each person that was registered will receive a registration confirmation email. This email will contain a link to sign up for or sign into a member account to access their account details. When browsing attendee profiles on the Attendees screen, you can identify people who belong to a group registration by the plus icon next to their pass. To view the other attendees in the group, select the Additional Attendees tab on their profile. Next, we have several options with respect to how free passes are displayed, or not displayed, to a registrant. When a free pass has been created, you have the option to display the pass name and the price as $0, the pass name with the label Free, or the pass name without a price or label. Furthermore, if there is only a single pass enabled for your event, and it has been set to free, you can choose to hide the pass screen altogether. The next option relates to a feature called Quick Login. The Quick Login feature allows you to send a link to attendees that will take them to the event website and log them in with one click. You can add the Quick Login URL to any emails that are sent to your attendees, including registration confirmation emails and email blasts. You can find the Quick Login URL on the email editor on the registration confirmation screen or under the Messaging tab. Simply click the attendee's placeholder logo in the menu and select the Quick Login URL. This will add a button that says Login to my account. If you want to customize the label, for example, you may want the link to send the user to the home page of the website, you can simply add some text, create a link, and add the shortcode like this. Please note that the format must look exactly like this for the link to work. On the Registration Options screen under Quick Login, you can choose whether the Quick Login link will take the attendee to the home page of the event website or to their account screen. In the first scenario, sending an attendee to the home page is useful if they'll be attending a webinar, for example, because they'll land on the home page, get logged in, and be able to access the Watch Now feature. The Watch Now feature allows you to feature video content on your event website, such as a live or on-demand webinar, which can only be accessed by registered attendees. For more information on the Watch Now feature, check out our tutorial video on automating webinars, or the article available on our support site. In the second scenario, if the option is checked, the attendee will be logged in and taken to their account page where they can manage their personal schedule, take surveys, purchase or reserve add-on passes, or edit their registration information, if this option has been enabled. With that in mind, let's turn to our next option. Under Attendee Accounts, you're able to choose whether attendees can edit their registration information. When enabled, attendees are able to log into their account screen and make edits to their first name, last name, email, and any custom registration form fields. Next, there's an option to allow apps and websites to process attendee check-ins, including for attendees' event websites and our mobile app. This feature is commonly used in conjunction with the Watch Now feature I mentioned earlier. When the Watch Now feature has been set up, this option will check in attendees who click the Watch Now button, enabling you to determine which attendees access the video content. The next feature is for events with simple registration requirements that wish to allow their attendees to skip the registration process altogether. Instant registration allows attendees to auto-submit their registration if they are signed in to an existing member account and all of the registration fields have been completed previously for another event. In order to leverage instant registration, the event must be free, there can only be a single pass, the public pricing group must be the only pricing group enabled, and the multiple attendees option must be set to 1. Continuing down the page, we have 3 options to customize the messages site visitors will see if registration is sold out, meaning the event is at capacity, unavailable, or not enabled, or if someone tries to register and there are no more passes available for the group. Finally, you can choose to make registration available by invitation only. When this option is enabled, the following message will appear if someone views the registration form without using an invitation. If we navigate to the messaging screen, we'll see a section that has appeared called Private Invites, which will allow you to create an email which will include a link to register for the event. Only those recipients who receive an invite will be able to register, and registration will be closed to anyone else. Next, let's turn to the registration confirmation screen. First, you can customize the confirmation notice that's displayed to registrants before they complete registration. Just below, under the heading Thanks screen, you can customize the registration confirmation screen that registrants will see when they complete registration. You have the opportunity to insert attendees placeholders by selecting the attendees logo in the menu. Attendees placeholders sync with attendee or event data and display the relevant information. For example, adding attendee first name or attendee pass name allows you to achieve a level of personalization by displaying the attendee's first name and the pass they purchased on the confirmation screen they are presented with after registration. Other useful attendee placeholders include the quick login URL, which we spoke about a minute ago, and the attendee's schedule calendar subscription, which allows the attendee to subscribe to their personal schedule. Attendee placeholders are also available for use with the registration confirmation email, as well as any email blast created in the messaging module. The final section on this screen is the confirmation email. In this area, you're able to customize the email that gets automatically sent to each registrant once they've completed registration. You can toggle between a compose mode, where you can add your content, and a preview mode, where you can preview your email. You can customize the subject and body of your message. Use the template drop-down to select an email template you wish to use for the email. Typically, it makes sense to use the registration template, but you're free to use any one of the 4 template options. To customize your email templates, visit the messaging module and select the Email Templates menu item. Under each section, you can customize and build one of the 4 templates. Please note that you must publish or republish your event each time you want your changes to sync with the email templates. Now back to registration confirmations. Like the confirmation screen, you're able to add attendees placeholders. You can also choose to include links to add the details of an event to a recipient's calendar, or link to a standard calendar file. These details can be configured on the Add to Calendar screen under the Event tab. The last 2 screens we'll review are the Registration Summary screen and the Attendee screen. The Registration Summary screen provides an at-a-glance view of your registration metrics. You can see the total number of attendees, attendee totals by status, your event payout amount, a graph of registration over a 7, 14, or 30-day period, a list of recent registrations, and a chart of attendance by primary pass type. Next, let's take a look at the Attendees screen. From here you can search for or browse attendee profiles. You can filter attendee profiles by their checked in and paid status. You can also filter by registration status, which includes registered, in progress, incomplete, and canceled. You can choose to import and auto-register attendees by uploading a CSV file. Once the file is uploaded, you'll need to map the columns of the spreadsheet to the values required by the feature. Select the applicable pass and pricing group, and confirm you wish to proceed. Please keep in mind that you should always have the explicit permission of each user you intend to upload. Imported attendees will be immediately registered for the event and sent a confirmation email with a link to the event website. Imported attendees will all belong to the same pricing group and have the same event pass. Now, back to the attendees screen. From this list, you can see the attendee's name, email, the date they completed registration, their pass, the pricing group they belong to, the registration code they've used, if they've used one, the total price of their pass, the price they've paid, and their check-in status. When you select an attendee's profile, you're presented with their key details: their billing information, their registration information including their form answers, a screen where you can resend their registration confirmation email as well as CC another recipient. You can see their personal schedule and also manually add sessions to their schedule, and you can add internal notes. Finally, from an attendee's profile, you can also change their pass or cancel their registration. And this concludes our registration training series. Thanks for watching.